Hey guys, it's Casper CB here today. I haven't done a video in quite a while. I've been kind of busy working, doing a little overtime, and I did have a Dark World deck. I sold it. I know, sad, but I was at my locals. Guy offered me like $600 for it. It was all completely, whatever card could be ultimate was ultimate. Whatever card could be, ulti was ulti, whatever. I mean, it was completely blinged out. Yeah, he sold it for like $600. Sold to me for $600, and I just went online and was gonna buy another one, completely brand new one, and car broke down. Yeah, sucked. So I've been without a deck for a little while. I had this deck. I've had it together for a while, and I've been waiting for the new structure deck to come out. Yes, you probably know what I'm talking about already. And to finish it off. And so that's what I'm going to be showing to you today is my 6-Sam deck. Now, I know a lot of people don't give respect to 6-Sam players. I understand. A lot of people spam a lot of the combos. A lot of people don't have a lot of heart into the 6-Sam deck. A lot of people just put it together because it wins. I don't think that's right. You should play a deck because you like it, because it's fun, not just because it wins, and not just because it's the new top meta. Anyways, I like the 6-Sam because it could build itself around to constantly stay meta. I don't always like playing meta. I do like anti-meta. A lot of anti-meta archetypes. I love them. I love Naturias. I like Gravekeepers. I like a lot of anti-meta stuff. But this is really the first meta deck I started playing with. I started playing with 6-Ms a long time ago, back when you ran 3 Sheens and 3 Grandmasters. And the new structure deck came out, or the newer cards came out of the Storm of Ragnarok, and they vamped them up and just made them ridiculously broken. They got hit on the ban list, which really sucked. Anyways, I've been running them for quite a while, and so honestly, it's kind of hard to judge to what goes into this. It did very well in my locals. I got 3rd place. I was really shocked I got 3rd place because it was the first time I revamped them and made them differently. I haven't changed it since then. I will tell you a few things I will change in it once I get the money for them as I go through the deck. So here it goes. Like always, you only run 1 Grandmaster in this deck, or in this build. Actually, I think you should only run it in this, format, period. Just 1. I run the 3 Kaizen, or, Kizan, or however you pronounce his name. The 1 Zanji. I love it for his, I've always loved him for his ability, his effect, and the also ability to destroy another one other than him. It works out great. It's like having like a level 4, normal summon Catastor. So I like it. 1 Inishi, to get those normal summons away, or those monsters that you just really don't want on the field. Get those out of the way. 1 Han. I mained Han for the simple fact I used to run Mizuho, but I mained Han because of the fact that she could tribute herself. So, and she could just summon herself, tribute herself, and, Mizuho, for some reason, if you have Mizuho, you have to have Shinny, red, blue, and I just don't have room for Shinny, so I don't have room for Mizuho, and Han was the next option. And you can use Han's effect multiple times, so that's what I like. Of course, I run the 3 Kagamusha in 2 Elder engine because I do run asceticism. I only run the 2 Elder because Elder sometimes can be a draw and I don't need him. So 2 is perfect because I normal if I ended up drawing into one and I can't, use it on asceticism, I always end up getting one or the other. With the 3 and 2, I don't end up drawing 2 Elders and 1 Kagamusha. I end up always having at least 1 in the deck. At least so far, I haven't had that problem yet. So I like that. I do run the 2 Kaigeki. I know, you know, with Effect Veiler being at 3 and, you know, Fiendish Chain and stuff like that. But I just seemed, you know, that way if one fails, I have the other. He was just seemed to be the way to go on this, so I went with 2. I might end up cutting him down to 1 to fit something else in, but as of this time, I'm only going to have 2. I run the triple Veiler because my locals are swarming with insectors. There's at least 4 or 5 people play with them. I think there's a team there that play with them, and just they eat at this deck like crazy. So you know, Effect Veiler, best hand trap. That way, I mean, they can't be like MST'd, you know, like Chain can. So, you know, Veiler for the win right there. Now I move on to my spells. I run the 1 Gateway. I have had thoughts of taking it out, believe it or not. It's just because it's at the 1. Dude, this is MST bait out the ass. Like, they just freaking... It doesn't stay on the field for very long. If you're going to use it, make sure you can get it off. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there for at least 1 turn and be heavied or MST with this format. So, I only run 1 dojo. I would run more. I just really lack it on the room. I gotta have, you know, the certain cards to make this deck run. So I only run the 1 dojo. I would run 2 if I had the chance, but right now I only run 2 asceticism. For 1 is I don't have a 3rd one, and I kind of like it at 2 because I do. I like it at 2. Sometimes I draw it when I don't need it, so that's why I like it at 2. I run 1 Cunning of the Sixth Samurai because it is the best Shien Reborn ever. You just trade in one of your 1 Sixth Samurai monster on the field, you send it to the graveyard, and you special summon 1 Sixth Samurai monster from your graveyard. So, I mean, you trade in Kagemusha for a Shien that they killed off or something like that. That way you don't waste your monster reborn if you want to, you know. So it's great. And also it's great against mirror matches because it's at either player's graveyard. So, I mean, I've actually, you know, synced for my Shien, you know, had a Keyzon, traded my Keyzon to the graveyard and got their Shien out of the graveyard. So, I mean, it was great. So, great card to use. I run the triple United, you know, draw engine, you have to. The 2 smoke signals, glad they're at 2 because I probably would only run 2. 1 reinforcements, hope you get that search. I run 1 Monster Reborn and 2 Mystical Space Defense. I don't run Dark Hole or Heavy or anything like that. It seemed to me I was end up destroying more of my stuff than my opponent's stuff, and I just, you know, I seem to hold it in my hand forever before I am able actually to use it. For my traps, I run 2 Double Edge. I will probably cut this down to 1. It just gets MST'd way too much. But having it at 2, I mean, I have seen that I have a better chance of getting it off. You know, because when you MST it once, I mean, there's nothing really to add trap cards back to your hand. So, I mean, you know, having 2 on the field or just 2 to be able in your deck to be able to pull off helps you out a lot. So, I run the 2 Magatama and 1 Dark Bribe. I don't run 3 Magatamas because, you know, you don't always have a 6 Samurai on the field. Dark Bribe also for the times you don't want to waste your Magatama because you're saving it for like a monster effect or something like that. And so, I mean, I would run, I had run 7 tools, but just to me, being able to negate the spell or trap card works even better. I run 2 Fiendish Chains. I would run it at 3, but like I said, lacking. It's already a 42 card deck. I do not go above 42. It's just way too many cards. Do not want to be too cloggy. Anyways, 2 Fiendish Chains, negate monster effects. 2 Compulsories. I don't run the Solemn Brigade because Compulsory, I noticed I was using my warnings for normal summons, so I know it negates them, but Compulsory, I mean, it just does just as well. And, you know, I love it because you could wait till they summon a Dragonfly and equip the Hornet, then compulse it before they even get a chance to use it. So, you know, you can't do that with warning. I like that a lot better. So, anyways. I know it comes back next turn, but you have a chance to OTK him before that next turn. Transmigration Prophecy. I main this in every deck that I ever use. I find some way to put it in there. It's just a really good card for me. You know, you could cycle out cards that you need to use. You can pump back a Shein to your extra deck, or Exceed monster, anything like that, and Exceed in a synchro form again. Or you can add monsters or cards, period, from your opponent's graveyard to their deck. You know, they try to Monster Reborn, they can't. You know, they go to use Stardust effect. You know, you could just bam, pop it back to the extra deck or whatever. It helps out a lot. So now I know why that's cards at 1. And I run 1 Torrential. That's why I don't run the Dark Hole, because Torrential, I figure, you know, if they Dark Hole me next turn, I can Torrential them. You know, it's a lot easier to get off than Dark Hole is, versus, you know, destroying all my shit. So, anyways, that is the main deck, and moving on to the extra deck. Now, the extra deck is going to have a lot of changes to it. I don't have a lot of the cards that I want to add to it. I'll point those out to you when I'm going through these right now. I run the 1 Shein, of course. Every 6 Samurai should. I run 1 Scarred Warrior. It actually works very well in this deck. I mean, it helps, you know, have a good, you know, helps you save your Shein for a lot. But I know there's a lot of card destruction out there. I know, card effect destruction. I might plan on changing this out for a Catastor. I don't know exactly yet. I might keep him in there, I might not. 1 Gaianite. This is definitely being traded out for a Brio. I don't have a Brio right now, otherwise he'd be in here. That's trading out for a Brio. 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is getting traded out for a Black Rose Dragon. But for right now, I have this one. It does come in handy, especially when I go against up Dark Worlds. You know, I could destroy their field spell, gain 1,000. You know, yeah, and also it helps me with the special summoning of a level 4 or lower monster from my hand. I can't get up my battle phase that turn, but you know, it does help in some sort of way. Colossal Fighter, of course, great card to use. 1 Stardust Dragon. It is broken when you have a Stardust Dragon, a Shein, a Stardust Dragon and a Shein on the field. Just straight up broken. It's so hilarious. Can't get him with a monster effect, and I can just negate a Spell or Trap card. And if you try to get with another Spell or Trap card, I got Stardust. Now, on to my Exceeds. I run 3 of the Shadow of the 6 Samurai Shein. Now, I will be cutting that down to 1 as soon as I get some more Exceed monsters. I was thinking about, since I run Inishi, maybe Olivier, you know, a Zen Meisty, you know, or yeah, I think that's his name, Zen Meisty. Well, the level 3 that, you know, if he's destroyed by card effect, I can discard 1 or I could detach 1 to destroy 1. You know, one of those. I don't know what else I might be able to add in here. I mean, I want an Acid Golem, I know that. I mean, there's just a few other ones I want. But right now I run 3 just to make the 15. I run 1 Utopia. I probably will run 1 Utopia in all 6 Samurai decks. Oh yeah, I know. Blade Armored Ninja. Sorry. I am definitely trading out one of my Sheins for those as soon as I get it. A Gem Knight Pearl, just as a 26 beater. I like it, you know, just if I can't get over, you know, a 25 on the field, just make it and run over it, you know. So it's really nice. 1 MX Saber Invoker. He is actually very good to bring out your Kaizens. So if you're trying to, you know, spam the field and get as many monsters out as possible, you could do that. And it's destroyed at the end of the turn, but it's really good, especially when you're trying to make the Shadow. So he's very good. 2 Leviathan Dragons. I'll probably, like I said, I probably will trade 1 out for another different level 3. I don't know exactly just yet. But anyways, and 1 Giga Brilliant. I probably will run this, main this, and or make it in my extra deck no matter what. So I like that. There's my that. I'll move on to my side deck real quick. This is just strictly my discretion. You don't have to go by this in no means. I think you should. I encourage you to make your own side deck. It took me a long time to start siding because I just didn't know what to use. But anyways, do this really quickly. I run 2 Cyber Dragons, 1 Grand Mole, 2 DD Crows, 1 Morphing Jar, 3 Puppet Plants for the mirror match or going against Gravekeepers because they just destroy me sometimes. Marshmallow, Sheen's Advisor for those pesky insectors. Sometimes I do side them in for that. 1 Mind Control. 2 Solemns if they're just for some reason I have to start negating their summonings. And a 3rd Compulsory. And that is my side deck. Well, anyways, guys, that's my 6M deck. Thank you guys for watching. For those of you who've watched, and leave a comment. You know, tell me the likes, the dislikes, the what you think I should change. What do you think I should get in the near future? And I will definitely try to take those in consideration. All right, thank you guys. Have a good day.